Good day, everybody, and welcome to this channel. Welcome to Sports Talk Network channel here on YouTube. As of right now, the name of the channel is my name, Steve Clean, but I hope to change the channel to that, change the channel name to that, being my point. Here, I actually had in a roundabout way, he didn't actually go out of his way to suggest it himself, but my Royal Rumble pool winner from the 2016 Royal Rumble last year, technically, now as we're in 2017. Excuse me, I apologize for that. But good mic work. Good mic work. Who was my Royal Rumble pool winner last year? Last year I think we had four pools. So that would be 120 total people, people podcasts or whatever. 120 individual Twitter handles, I guess you can say, that were part of it. Now we doubled that, 240. We're gonna have 8 pools this year, so we're moving on up. Plus, we got nominated for an awards, part of an awards show, a wrestling rating award. It's serious business. It's real business. Podcasts all over the world, like Talk is Jericho, is part of that or been nominated for it and won awards there. Solid Monster Sounds Off, a friend of mine, Jason Solomon, has been there, won there before, right? And now this year he's been bestowed the honor of being nominated in 4 different categories. And if you're a fan of Mr. Solomon and the Solomon Monster and his podcast, the Solomon Monster Sounds Off, you already know this, but he is nominated for four entries. So I'll talk about that in a separate video here right after this one. But I wanted to answer good mic work here. Like I said, in a roundabout way, he gave me the suggestion to do this by saying to all of his subscribers and fan base on his channel and on his 400th episode there on the Good Mike Work channel, to give him our top 10 WWE superstars of all time, or WWE wrestlers of all, or top 10 wrestlers of all time, because he gave his, and I'll link him. I'll send a tweet out to him when this is done and posted and published on YouTube. And like I said, I'm going to do the separate video about my podcast being nominated for an award. It's actually pretty cool. And like I said, I'll dive into that in a separate video. But here, top 10 superstars of all time. All right, I'll do this one, and then in a couple minutes after this one, I'll go live with my other video. Top 10 superstars of all time, and I'm going to do this to WWE. And for this is obviously subjective, and usually it goes by your era, your era, his era. I assume was the Hogan era. Hogan era, Bret Hart era mainly would be the heart of his era, because the eras are when you were a child mostly, or a young adult, whatever. But that would be his era. My era is the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression era. Childhood, mostly Attitude Era, and then young adulthood would be the Ruthless Aggression era, and then obviously beyond to now. But my top 10 superstars of all time will probably be swayed more toward the Attitude Era. And like I said, that's just me, and that's my way of doing it, and my personal belief, and my personal list, my listing here with the superstars of all time, like his was. His seemed centric more toward his era he grew up with, which is fine. Like I said, this is all generational. Each era, each generation, it's a generational kind of thing with these top 10s. That's why, actually, I'm going to say here, anybody that wants to do your top 10 superstars of all time and send me a tweet at WWE_podcast or at Army_strong_06, and I'll take a look at it myself, just like he said in his video for his fan base, because, like I said, this is a very subjective kind of thing with top 10s and stuff like that. And if you guys want me to do more top 10s, whether it's top 10 TV shows I like, top 10 wrestlers currently, or top 10 NFL teams, yada, yada, whatever you want me to do. Like I said in the other video earlier today, when I was talking about beginning to over 100 subscribers right now, 102 specifically, that, I want this channel and my podcasts within their own right to be interactive, to always be engaging with the audience, with the fans, and otherwise on Twitter, on here, while I'm live or otherwise. So welcome to like this video, like the next video that's coming up, like any video if you wish, and comment there as well. Number 10 for my top 10 WWE superstars of all time, Macho Man Randy Savage. Um, it's unfortunate that he passed away before he could be inducted to the Hall of Fame. I would love to see him do his speech. Um, I really would. I really would. And being a pioneer beer, one of the cornerstones of his era, that generation of fans, young fans, older fans, whatever fans of that generation, being one of the cornerstones. I respect him that much, and definitely deserves to be in the top 10. In my top 10, like I said, each person is going to be subjective, and if Macho Man isn't in your top 10, I respect that because, again, it's your list to your individualized thoughts, needs, and otherwise. So, Macho Man Randy Savage, number 10. Number 9 from the Attitude Era. Um, excuse me. Number 9. Actually, I'm gonna go with. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with DDP. Diamond Dallas Page is number 9. How influential he's been outside of WWE, his in-ring work inside, when he was with WCW and a little bit in WWE. I mean, his WWE run was less to be desired, but still entertaining to me. So DDP, number 9. Number 8, Bret the Hitman Hart. Number 7, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number 6, Hulk Hogan. Number 5, Triple H. Number 5, Triple H. Number 4, Chris Jericho. Number 3, The Rock. Number 2, Kurt Angle. And number 1, my top superstar of all time in WWE, The Undertaker. Just with the theatrics, his character, how he's evolved over the years. You give someone else this character, and either falls flat on their face, or it just doesn't have the lasting powers as Mark Calloway has been able to have the Undertaker, the character of the Undertaker, last as long as it has, and that's a pretty big feat to me, and I certainly respect that. And like I said, that's why he's number 1, and that's why also, well, Kurt Angle's they're in the top 3 because superstar, with in-ring work and skill that he still has, not had, but has, and would be able to still go if he does come back in the WWE, be able to do a couple of matches, go in the Hall of Fame and all the other stuff. And I feel that it would be awesome. Like I said, I already have 2 tweets already ready to go because my personal Twitter handle, that account is linked with my cell phone, even though I don't have a smartphone. I have a flip phone, not a flip phone, but one of those slide phones, if you know what I mean, that I can text, send a text, and I can actually be a tweet on my personal Twitter handle. So I already have 2 tweets ready. If whatever Kurt Angle returns to WWE here in 2017 or 2018, 2019, 2020, whenever it'll be, because I know it'll be at some point. At least that's my thoughts on that. So. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to give my top 10 here, very short, sweet, and to the point. Yeah, I wish it could have been longer, but like I said, I have things to do here today, and I definitely wanted to get this out as early as I could and to share with the masses there as well. But shout out to Good Mike Work. Everybody welcome to go over there, subscribe to his channel, follow him on Twitter at Good Mike Work. Would love to have him on my show here. Maybe the Rumble prediction episode. I mean, he is my 2016 Rumble pool winner. It'd be awesome to have him on the podcast even for a short time because I know he's a busy guy, But like I said in the other videos, nobody's above anything. As in, we're all equals in a way as human beings here on YouTube, even though our popularities are much different between me with 102 subscribers and Good Mike. We're soon to at some point to get to 1 million subscribers. So, and we both are engaging to our fan base, respectful to our fan bases. That's why I can see myself being to that point of popularity because of the positiveness, the positivity, almost like the New Day, like that gimmick there with the New Day. But to me, it's not a gimmick. It's my real life. It's me, real me. Be positive, polite, respectful, and all the other stuff. And if you spend time to send me a tweet or give me a suggestion, I'm going to pretty much properly do it and give you a shout out back. So hopefully I can have Good Mike around the show, and we'll see how things go moving forward on that. And like I said, everybody follow him on Twitter And next up, I'll be doing my other video here very shortly, talking about this podcast or my wrestling podcast, Steve's Wrestling Ramble, getting noticed by mainstream. So that's pretty awesome as well. So for everybody out there, have a great rest of your day, and as always, take care.